Hey guys, it is Dr. Danielle Russell, and I am here to talk to you guys about 25.1 and how we can modify that for an upper extremity injury. So, first of all, 25.1 is a 15-minute AMRAP of 3 burpees with a lateral jump over a dumbbell into 3 hang clean and clean to overhead. Words are hard today. And then 30 feet of walking lunges. So I wanted to talk about how we can kind of break down some of those movements. So then if we are dealing with a shoulder injury, an elbow injury, wrist injury, something like that, we can still participate in this workout, even if we have to modify some of those things. So the first thing I want to talk about is the burpee. So honestly, a lot of us would probably be able to do a burpee without having to modify it. But if we do need to modify it, I like to think about it from like a top down. So if the burpee with the lateral jump is totally fine and it's not going to cause you to have pain and it's not going to have you having trouble the next day, then I would say go ahead and do the burpee and don't even worry about modifying that. If that is not going to be a good option for you, then I really love doing a no drop burpee. So where you are coming into that burpee position or into that push-up position, but you're not going into the push-up, and so therefore you're not also having to push out of it. It's more controlled and you are more stable through the shoulder, wrist, elbow in that position, and so that may be a really good option for somebody who is having a pain in a shoulder or something like that. A step back burpee for the same reason would maybe even be a good option as well. So you may be able to do like a step back burpee and then also a push up if that feels good and controlled on the shoulder or elbow, whatever body part we're dealing with. That may be a good option as well. If that is not a good option for you, then I love the option of doing it to a box, where you are going into that burpee position with your hands on a box, doing a push-up, coming up, and then you can step over the dumbbell or jump over the dumbbell, whatever feels good for you. The last option that I don't love this option as much, but if you don't have use of your arm because it is injured, then I would say doing a reverse burpee where you are coming back, rolling onto your back, and then coming up would be maybe an option as long as it's not going to be jarring for the shoulder. So that may be a good option. If it's not a good option for you, there are plenty of other options, and I would be happy to discuss them more specifically with you. For the hang clean into that overhead position, if you are dealing with a one-sided injury, it would maybe an option for you to do all of them on one side. I would highly encourage you that if that is the option that you are choosing, that we are making that weight less, or that we are decreasing the number of repetitions that we're doing, because we do not want to overload your non-injured side while we are trying to take care of your injured side. So doing a clean and jerk on the side that you are not having trouble with is a good option, but it may not be the best option if you are wanting to do the amount of repetitions that are being called for in this workout. So doing a clean and jerk on the uninjured side or the injured side if it feels okay and you aren't dealing with something that we shouldn't be doing that with. A clean and press may be a good option. So again, we would go lighter on the weight and we are more controlled, more engaged through that shoulder and elbow wherever we're having the issue, and that is going to make it less likely to be irritating for that area. We already talked about going lighter on the weight or doing less reps. I love that as an option as well. Setting up a barbell and doing like a landmine press instead of doing the overhead press would be another great option. And if the lowest tier there is that we are only doing the clean, again, none of us are going to the CrossFit Games. None of us are. This is, if we are dealing with an injury, then this is a season that we do the workout maybe, but we are not going to be trying to, we're not going to be at the top of the leaderboard anyway. So let's take care of ourselves so we can make it back to the gym the next day and be safe and not be more injured. As for the walking lunges, there shouldn't be much of a reason that we should have to modify those. But if there is something that we need to modify, please reach out. I am happy to answer any questions. And if you are dealing with an upper extremity injury or lower extremity injury, I would love to be able to help you as a physical therapist and be able to get you back into the gym doing all the things that you want to be able to do. Please feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text message if you have any questions. Thank you. Have a great night.